having the ability to visually see all the elements that make up an uptrend or a downtrend or a reversal is very important for the candlestick investor. For example, in the Dow, we had a big, huge positive move after this steady downtrend that stayed below the T-line. We're now above the T-line. Does this tell us whether we're turning over after a big move up? Today's selling wasn't all that extensive, and we can note that the stochastics are not yet in the overbought area. So more than likely, we're probably in a very slow uptrend of this trajectory, somewhat the same trajectory as this uptrend. This allows us to plan our portfolio positioning with much more accuracy. The NASDAQ was more compelling. There might be a reversal. However, we still have to pay attention to the T-line. As long as it doesn't close below the T-line, we're still in an uptrend. So we're still going to be looking at moves to the upside where we didn't see a real candlestick dramatic sell signal in the Dow. It was more compelling here in the NASDAQ with an evening star signal. But there was no close below the T-line, so we still have to give it the benefit of the doubt that as long as we have not closed below the T-line, we're still in an uptrend. There will be down days in an uptrend, but as long as all the confirming indicators are not breached, such as, for example, they could not close below the T-line on this bearish engulfing signal. A very simple rule in candlestick analysis is as long as you see a candlestick buy signal and it closes above the T-line, you're in an uptrend until you see a candlestick sell signal and a close below the T-line. Until that happens, you've got to consider that you're in an uptrend. As we saw in BONT, Bonton Stores, we could not close below the T-line. Even if you close this position out to take profits, you could see that they were still opening it higher and trading it higher. You could buy back in. That would ensure that if you took profits here, you weren't taking or holding on to something that might open lower and head down in this direction. And confirming indicators help analyze trends such as soybeans. We know that the grains have been in the market forefront for the last few weeks because of the drought creating such a small supply of the grains, corn, wheat, and soybeans. However, we also can see that we had kind of a sell signal in soybeans, and we're now trading below the T-line. So this is why it's much more important to let the charts tell you what the market is doing versus what each individual supposedly expert is telling you. That'll be it. We'll see you in the chat rooms.